Hey everyone, welcome back to Legends of Podcasting. I'm Stuart.
I'm Ross.
I'm Rob.
And this is going to be our review of Joker.
Spoilers within.
Spoiler galore. Because we're really rubbish at non-spoilers. Because we just can't...
Even with a film like this, it's really, really hard to talk about it without spoilers.
So it's just 100% upfront spoilers.
Yeah. Well, we assume most of you guys have seen it already because I suppose it's worth mentioning the press has not been kind to this movie for reasons that are entirely
I think it probably is now. Most people have seen it. But leading up to it.
Most proper critical reviews of the film are positive and have good points to say, but a lot of the pre-film stuff idiots talking about stuff they don't understand.
Yeah.
You judge the film without seeing it.
And also, I don't know if that's kind of maybe helped the film because if someone tells you not to do something, you want to go and do it, right? I mean, I do all the time. Like, don't do that, Stu. I'm like, I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm doing that. So like, if someone says,
don't go and give me a sandwich.
I'm going to go do that. Is that how you do it every time? God damn it!
Don't give me a pin number, Stu.
No, remember it's no money in it anyway.
It's 4
7. So I mean it's big load of records anyway. But yeah, so we'll try and structure it, but as you guys have probably might have watched some of our other reviews, we're really rubbish at structure. We just start rambling for so this is meant to be like 10 minutes, probably turn to an hour-long conversation because we've got a lot to say about it. But yeah, so I don't know if we want to start off with expectations going in. We'll go one at a time. Try to anyway.
The only thing I saw of the film going in was the trailer that we did the review. Did we do a reaction to it?
No, we didn't do it.
But I think I got talked into watching it, and from the tone, it had a very 70s cinema look to it, which I saw an interview with Todd Phillips where he's saying that's what he was going for. Feeling a very French connection, very Taxi Driver.
Yes.
I think that's what I'll talk about later. But and it came across as more of not a comic book film at all. Like more of it was either going to be a really meta commentary, like the Joker. It was a guy in the real world becoming Joker based on that, or it was going to be a story of one man going completely off, having one bad day. Have you seen Michael Douglas' film Falling Down?
No.
A man who has one bad day and just goes off the rails.
Classic Killing Joke line.
So yeah, that's kind of what I thought going in there, but I kind of left it all, apart from the negative stuff on the internet, left everything but at the door, went in with no expectations.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I saw a picture of him in the lift, and then the bit on the stairs, and that is all I saw the whole film. Actually, I think I might have seen a bit where him in the clown outfit, sitting down, one behind backstage. That's probably
there was a promotional image that went around the internet, and it was hard to avoid, of him getting off the train in the suit. It was
leaked footage. It was leaked footage, wasn't it? Is that one of him running down the street as running away from the cops? It turns out.
What with the bag in his hand? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, there was that as well.
And but when I remember when this film got announced, I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want a Joker origin story because my favourite part of the Joker is you don't know who or what, where he came from. He just appears. I mean, he falls into a bag of chemicals, becomes a Joker. I don't want to know any more than that.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, because I feel like, especially when you take the '89 Batman, where Joker killed Thomas Wayne, then he became the Joker, and it was good for that story. It rounded it up, and I felt like then people thought that was the origin of the Joker. He killed Bruce Wayne, and then the Dark Knight comes out. Batman Begins come out. Joe Chill kills him. You're like, well, Joker didn't kill him. Like, no, that only happened in that one movie. That's not canon. Yeah. And I felt that this movie might do that. That once you set an origin for a character. General audience will just be like, that's the origin, and then when you see it later on, it will confuse them, and they'll be like, oh, it's not as good. But as the film, what it did, it still didn't make it clear.
As we'll talk about later on. It's not entirely clear whose origin this is and why.
So I was similar to Ross when this film got announced. I was just like, do I need a Joker movie? I mean,
no. You go back to our podcast I was listening to the other day. It was you, me, and Liam, I think, talking about when it was announced, and we were like, all three of us, why do we need an origin story? Especially a Joker one. I went in there going we'll go and watch it. It's Joker, love Joker. Be interested to see what they do. But I didn't go in there thinking he better be dropped in chemicals and he better be doing this. I was just like, this is not going to be the comic book version of Joker. This is a version, maybe like an Elseworld version, like Heath Ledger's version. Everyone loves Heath Ledger's version. He's the best Joker, but it's not the comic book version of the Joker at all. It's like a guy who puts makeup on, so he's not got bleached skin. The Batman didn't create him, which is like the big part of the Joker's sort of story.
Dynamic, yeah.
So I knew that wasn't even happening. I saw images. I knew that it was going to be a young Bruce Wayne, so I knew that was just going to be completely shut out of the water. So I was like, right, let's go in, see what it's about.
Judge it afterwards.
And my God, is it a good film? Well, okay, very, very brief 1 to 2 word
thing. But like good to bad.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
I'd say good, not great. But
Here we go. Controversy. Controversy.
But I've a
Get the
reason.
fuck out.
I've a reason for that.
I know.
Yeah,
We know. Right. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, there was. I mean, there's the whole film. Like me and Ross went and saw it on Saturday. You went and saw it last night because you were away. You were away, man. Fuck's sake.
We're not waiting.
We're not waiting around. But yeah, we saw. Like the film is just. It made me uncomfortable and tense, but in like a good way. I can't explain it. I was watching it going,
You're excited but tense
God!
at the same time.
Yeah, and it was, and like what they did. If you took the
slow
word,
build,
yeah. If you took, I mean, like the Joker bit is like the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes of the movie. The rest of it, he's Arthur going through so much shit. I mean, let's say I felt sorry for the Joker, but you just sort of see why he did it. But like you see the steps that sort of slowly break him down, and turn him into that. And like even like probably one of the best things in the film, which I was so surprised about, but I thought was probably one of the best things, was the fact that his laugh is a condition. Well, they thought it was like a mental illness condition, but it actually turned out probably because he was beaten by his mum's boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
So whenever he's scared or nervous, he laughs, and you see him when he laughs trying to stop, and he's like his face looks like he's crying when he's. And I was just like, it just was so well done. I was just like, Jesus, that was freaking awesome.
I'll say that Joaquin Phoenix, he did a damn good job.
Outstanding. And the fact that every single scene, I thought about this a lot since we saw it. Every single scene has him in it. There isn't. They don't pan away to a separate scene without him in it. And
the only scene that something happens where he's not in it is when Thomas and Martha Wayne get shot.
Spoilers. But yes,
that one scene is the only scene he's not actually directly involved in.
He's there.
But he's the reason.
He's round the corner. So it's happened. But it's not like they pan off to go to some other people and talk about stuff.
You don't follow the two policemen at all.
Nothing.
You don't do anything like that.
You can follow him through this entire story.
It's him, but I think that's more to the point, is that the reason you're with him the entire time is because the way the film's structured. Now, we've talked about this. You two obviously have had massive discussions on this, and I've just joined in. Is the film entirely in his head? And if it is entirely in his head, then it makes sense to follow the character.
Yes.
Because you are then never sure if you're seeing what's real or what he's thinking.
If he's thinking, he's always going to be thinking about him doing something or affecting something.
Because you have that fantastic bit in the film where he gets his girlfriend.
I totally fell for that.
There was something about it.
I thought it was weird, but I thought that maybe she was just like lonely and was just like, oh, this guy just, and it's obviously after he killed the guys, he went and just kissed her, and I was like, I could kind of maybe see that.
He sort of gets in friendship with his neighbour, and then throughout the course of the film,
friendship, that's a good word for it.
3 or 4 sort of scenes where she's helping him and they're sort of developing a relationship. And then towards the end of the movie, it's revealed that that's entirely in his head. It never happened. He breaks into her apartment. She's terrified of him. She has no idea who he is.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
And then just leaves, and we're never sure if he's killed her or what's going on.
No, I don't think he killed her. But
I did read a comment that somebody thought that when he's leaving, if you listen really carefully, you hear somebody screaming like they found a dead body.
Really?
But I don't know. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think because apart from the 3 guys he killed. He doesn't kill anyone until he kills his mate. The clown guy gave him the gun, right? Yeah. So there's anything, but I didn't. That didn't even cross my mind until it was revealed that she wasn't actually there that whole time. I was just
when they were sitting in the cafe, and then later on when they're in the hospital when his mother's in there, and she kisses him on the head and goes, "I'm going to go get some coffee." I was like, "There's something wrong about this. I don't feel like that character would fall for that character."
Yes.
And I was like, there's something up. And then when it got revealed it's in his head, I was like, that makes perfect sense. And it just clicked with me straight away.
Well, just as a stylistic editing thing, I wouldn't have put in the shots then if you seeing all the scenes of her not being in them. That's just...
I think that's some people won't get it.
So I know. I would rather... Because as soon as he's in the room with the woman, she's like, oh my God, who are you? And he does the finger gun temple motion to his head.
Yeah.
And you know immediately that he's made up everything.
You know that her reaction where she's like... You're the guy from down the hall. What the hell are you doing? And it's like, well, why do you not know his name? And it's like, oh my God, that was in his head. And then they show it. But I feel like it makes you go, right, well, that bit was a dream, so the rest of it must be real. But it's like, no, that's another layer to his dream, maybe.
No, again, we say it's something that we spoke about is like, I mean, the great thing about this film is you could have different points of view and different opinions of if it's a dream.
That's what I think this film would, because you take Killing Joke, the line in that is, if I had to have a choice of an origin, I want it to be multiple choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what this film does. You can go in and you can take aspects which are real, which are fake, and you can make your own story.
If you want to get
they give you possibilities, and you make your own story up.
Yeah.
Going
not
back to
a
what we were saying at the start about the multiple different Jokers, you could get really messy with that multiple origin story, and that you've got multiple Jokers and multiple origins.
Yes.
And this is just another one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it could be. Yeah, because you see him, he's at the room at the end, and I thought the woman.
Oh, in the Arkham.
The Arkham
office.
Asylum thing,
Yeah.
when he's talking to that psychiatrist, I thought that woman there was his shrink
From the start of the film.
from the beginning. So I thought that he was just picturing her younger, like, and telling this story, and he's just like, because the other thing that really throws me off, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but this is just again my take on it, is the two cops, right? As soon as they walked up to him, before you saw their faces, I was like, that's Gordon and Bullock, because you got a tall guy and a short fat guy with a long trench coat. I was like, it's fucking Gordon and Bullock, and it pans to them, and you got tall guy with no moustache and the short guy's got a moustache, and I was like, is he retelling this story and he's just like he can't remember, he's just, there's two cops, one was tall, one was short, one of them had a moustache, and he puts on the wrong person, but I can't remember what their names were. But if their names were closer to Bullock and Gordon, I'd have been like, that's totally
he's misinformed.
yeah. He's telling a story.
It's that, or he's telling the psychiatrist what happened, but he's putting it back together in a way that makes him look better, or he's purposefully misremembering it.
I was going to say, like, he doesn't know their names because he never actually dealt with them. He's just seen them about.
Yeah.
And he's, like you said,
It was
he's got
like,
them confused about how they look.
It was like Kelsner or something like that. It's a weird name. I was like, okay, well, that's not them. But yeah, I literally, the first thing I thought was that's just Gordon Bullock. So that makes you think there's something that they would. Why do that on purpose? Did they do it on purpose, or is that just a sort of thing in my head?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well, I was thinking about this earlier. Talking about the end of the film. Okay, so it's after all this is all gone down, after the end, the finale's gone, and he's been arrested and he's taken to Arkham. He's in the White Office, in the psychiatrist's office, and he's talking to her and shit about, what are you laughing at? Oh, it's a joke you wouldn't understand. And my first thought was that the joke is that he's just he's thinking of the entire story that you've just seen in his mind. Because right back at the start of the movie, there's a slight flash of him smashing his head on the window in the office, which led me to believe that maybe
he used to be in there.
No, that scene is actually the start of the movie. That he's been in the psychiatrist's office, he's been in the hospital the entire time, and then been released later on. So
because there's also the point of like his mum. There's like twos and fro's of like, is he Thomas Wayne's son? Which is like a massive thing that they put through in there. I was like, whoa. You're saying like the Joker and Bruce Wayne are like half brothers.
I really liked that. I really liked
that.
And
then they throw it back at you that, oh no, it was she's crazy. Here's her report. And then they throw it back at you again. There's a picture on at the desk and it's got like great smell TW.
Yeah.
And someone I can't remember which review. If it was like
the handwriting's different.
Yeah, Jeremy Johns or something like did a review and he looked into it and the T's are different. So it's not her handwriting doing.
She didn't write it herself because she's.
But
crazy.
the thing is, well,
because that gives you an opinion as well. You're like, is it true or not? And you take it
because
away.
of the way they set it all up.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne is an arsehole.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're never because of that you're never sure if he's we always get it through Bruce's eyes that his parents were the noble perfect archetypes and he's avenging their deaths, but he was just he was part of the symptom. He's deliberately antagonising the mob.
Killed them clowns, idiot.
It was like smacking Arthur in the face when he tries to talk to him, and then so you're never sure that Thomas Wayne could potentially have slept with the maid.
Yes.
Yeah. Entirely. Exactly.
Or if he's just made him like he's never met him in his life, and that's in his head. That's how he would act.
Yeah.
But the one thing I liked about him maybe being Bruce's older brother was that's another dynamic why the Joker teases him so much. Because like there's always that bit in the comics where he knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. Yeah. He doesn't tell anybody because he wants to have fun with it. You add another layer to that he's actually his older brother, and rather than sort of bullying him a little bit, he's crazy and goes way over the top. I liked if they would have gone with that completely. That was definite fact. I would have liked it, but it's up in the air. So
I mean that I was in when him and Bruce first meet. It's probably like the only Easter egg. Well, there's a couple of Easter eggs, but the main Easter egg I saw was Bruce going down a pole.
Yeah,
I was like 6'6" Batman. Total reference.
I found out because I was looking up who that. The social worker and the therapist were to see if they were the same person.
Yeah.
But I also recognised another name, John Pearce, who plays Raphael in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, is his boss for the Plans for Hire.
Oh, is it?
And he's the one. You remember he has a go at him because you lost a sign.
Yeah.
In the movie, he lost a sigh in the 90s, and I wonder if that's sort of like
we're digging deep. That's a deep connection there, man. Jesus.
I was just like, wait a minute, are they doing that on purpose?
That's insane.
It sounds kind of similar.
Because I mean, even that whole scene there is like he gets called into his boss, and he's just like, like give the sign back, he goes, "Why would I steal a sign?"
Yes.
And he just just give it back. He doesn't even defend him.
I was looking from that part from the movie to the end. I was looking to see if that sign was in somewhere else, and he was playing with him, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah, so it's very strange because I say he's sweet and innocent at the beginning, but he's not a killer, and it's like that guy gives him the gun, and he just. I mean, to be fair,
did the guy give him the gun?
I mean, yeah. Well, again, from that point of view, and then he basically does self-defense. I mean, he shouldn't have run after the guy and shot him on the stairs, but he shoots him because he gets kicked. He gets kicked in the back right at the beginning of the film, and the guy goes, "Right, well, here's a gun. If it happens again, you've got self-defense," and that's exactly what he uses it
probably
for.
my favourite scene in the film.
Yeah,
when he starts to turn, he's on the subway. And like he's not even trying to help the lady.
The lights start going.
But he's not even trying to. He literally gets scared because these three guys start talking to him, so he starts laughing because that's it. Because of his condition.
They start saying he's sending the clowns.
Yeah, I know.
And then
hold on, but those three guys were potentially going to try and rape that woman.
Yes.
They weren't nice people.
No.
Like
again,
they were.
But is this all in his head?
Yeah, exactly.
But like you say, Ross,
but it shows you why the rest of the city are with him and go with him.
It's the way that the lights start flickering on and off, and then it immediately goes from him being beaten to shooting two of them dead, and then he's that really chilling scene where he's just walking down a station after the guy shot.
I don't think there's any music either.
No,
it's just the gun.
He just walks up behind him, shoots him in the back, and then he's standing there with the gun out. And about 3 or 4 seconds later, then he puts two more in, and then runs off.
Yeah, and he does that weird. Goes into the toilet and does that sort of dancing scene.
Which is I think him transforming. Slowly way of transforming, isn't it? But that's the one thing I wish they had in it, where when he gets chased down, when he has the sign at the start and those kids beat him up, then you have the 3 Wall Street guys that they beat him up. I wanted there to be a scene because this. If this is the Joker, eventually he's got to be, going up against Batman. I need you to show me that he can then be strong.
Yeah,
like. He got beaten shitless by 14, 15-year-olds, and he got beat by 3 guys. I wanted, even if it was just him going from the stairs dancing to the studio, where the 2 cops are after him on the thing, and the guy gets shot on the train. I just would like a little bit of commotion where somebody tries to beat him up physically, and then you can just see his mind's change in the way he goes. He's like, okay, that's the only thing I wish. Like with a gun, he's powerful, but if you take him without a gun, how much of a Joker is he?
That's the end point of the film. After he's, you've obviously got all these riots that are bubbling on the surface, all this tension that's going on in the city, and it's all like ready for a powder keg, ready to ignite. And then he's the spark that's going to set it all off.
Yeah.
And of course, when he kills those guys in the clown makeup, everyone starts wearing the clown masks and starts going. The riots get harder and harder against the cops. But like you say, at the end, when he's been arrested and he's going through the streets and the riots have started off, and they gets broken out, and they take him out of the police car and they put him on the hood and he starts dancing and they're all cheering around him. That's his power. They know he's the one that started this all off. He's the one. They know he's the vigilante that started the riots. They all worship him as as someone
Joker.
As Joker.
Well, he got announced as it.
So he has now found the power he's never had because he's now inspired loyalty in these people who will follow his commands.
But I want to see what would happen if he was then confronted.
That's the thing. Because he would then be that kind of Joker, I think, where he would send goons at Batman.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, if he was cornered in a subway again on his own, I want to see what he would do with it because I felt like if you just corner him with 3 or 4 people, you can beat the shit out of him.
Oh yeah.
That was the only thing I felt was a little bit weaker for me personally. But the rest of it,
I say going to the end. So something I say I would prefer it, but I thought would have been more. How I would have maybe done it is when the car crash happens and he's in the car and those 2 guys drag him out. If he was actually dead, and they put him on the bonnet of the car, and they all sort of go around him and start worshipping him as a symbol rather than the person. And then, obviously, the guy in the clown mask goes and kills Thomas and Martha Wayne, whether it's Joe Chill or not, who knows?
Yeah.
But you could have that, and if you were going to somehow bring Batman into this sort of universe that they've made for this movie, potentially have the Red Hood come in, and they could do the proper origin of him dropping. And there was this guy called the Joker back then, and he just homages that. Because he knows that killed his parents, and it would have But it was weird. But then you missed the amazing bit where he had blood mouth.
Yes,
and he just made the smile with his blood, which was amazing.
Which again is a scene of him doing that in front of people, in front of worshiping him. That he's on a new level of power now. Whether that's still in his mind or not, we don't know. But
because even after he shot Murray, he still was like. Not say cowardly, but he was like didn't know what to do. He was just like he dances. He dances. He's like no, and he goes like shoots him again. He's like camera. He's still lost. And I honestly I don't think as well because obviously he does that amazing scene where he's practicing killing himself and stuff, and that where it actually follows on the show, which is absolutely all of these scenes were amazing. But that one was like a standout.
That was a Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Part of that
and when he's actually there and he's like, oh, I got a joke, and he's like, knock knock, and then Murray starts, he's like, knock knock, and he's going to shoot himself. And Murray takes the piss out of that as well, and he's just like, I don't know if he was actually going to kill himself or he actually when he was thinking about it, he changed it because he was just like, you know what, you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not even sorry about killing those three guys because and the lines, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's something like, if I got killed, people would just step over me.
Yes. If it was me getting shot in that somewhere, you guys wouldn't buy it.
Because it's three guys that are apparently really nice, even though they apparently weren't when we saw them. And he's like, well, fuck you, and he just shoots Murray. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's interesting as well because it flashes over that line that flashed up in his book quite a bit, which is the only joke in the entire film.
Yeah.
I hope my life makes more sense than my death, and sense is spelt as in the monetary value.
Yes.
Because if he's doing it on TV, it's all for the money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's a very clever. I say we've all got different opinions on what we think happened, which is just
and that's the fact
crazy stuff.
Saying that. This is why I hope this remains a standalone film and they don't revisit it.
No, I don't want to. I don't want a sequel.
It's an interesting character piece on one man who has a bad day.
Yeah.
And could potentially become Joker in that universe. It could, if and this is the thing I was saying at the start. You change that to New York in the 70s, and you've got Taxi Driver, which I think's it's a fair and unfair comparison. I see a lot of the movie in this is origin in both the way it's been shot and a lot of the plot points in it. Because Travis Bickle, you're never sure at the end of that film if the last part of the movie is in his head or not. So I know a lot of critics have said the same, but it's one of my favourite movies. That's why it stuck out with me quite a bit, and why I don't think it's quite as good as you guys do.
Yeah,
mainly because I see the same film in it.
What's the other film that Robert De Niro did about the same?
French Connection.
No.
That's a great movie.
Funny. What's it called?
Funny People.
Something like that. Because it takes a lot from that as well. I haven't seen that film, but lots of people's reviews and watching saying that takes a lot from that. Because they're both Scorsese films. It takes a lot from them. But yeah, I mean, again, I've only watched Taxi Driver maybe twice, and that was a long time ago. So
it's like this film. It's a hard watch.
Yeah, but yeah, it is a hard watch, and it's not a comfortable watch either, which in what it's meant to do.
But
it does have some really funny moments in it.
It does.
I mean, the bit that I laughed out. I can't remember if you laughed out loud as well, though. But no one else in the cinema is the bit where
the gun
kills
drops
his.
out?
No, that is The bit where the gun drops out in the kid's hospital. He's like,
it's a prop.
Yeah. But the bit where he kills the guy who gave him the gun, and then the sort of like the dwarf. He's just like, you can go, man. He goes there, and it's locked, and he's like, I was like, and then you're like, did he do that on purpose to like play with him, or did he actually? And he's just like, and he like jumps at him as well to scare him, and then just lets him go.
He has the door, opens it, and then shuts it again, and then goes, "You're always nice to me." Pats him on the head and lets him out again.
It's just so. I'm just like, is he going to kill him? Is he not? And it's just so well done. In fact, that he's only got the white on as well. Yeah, makes him even scarier. I think,
it does.
In that. And it was such a that scene was
as
so
soon
tense.
as he said you can go, I instantly laughed in the cinema because I was like, he can't reach the lock.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh no, because he says there's because he's like,
because when he lets them in, they show you him locking it, and I was like, in my mind, I went, something's happening with that. And then as soon as he said you can go, I just burst out. And the bit where he walks into the glass.
Oh, he's trying real hard. Yeah, he's trying to the two cops.
Gives those cops that massive speech, which I think that's definitely in his mind about him. What he would have said in that situation.
Yeah.
He just walks straight into the exit door and he's like, exit only.
And he's just like, shut up. I
think I just had to think as well. Think about this film in the wider context of DC and superhero movies. This is exactly what DC needed as an answer to Marvel right now.
Yes.
In the wider picture as well, because you get a lot of people saying, especially like Martin Scorsese, where he's like, "Oh, Marvel movies have turned cinema into a theme park. There's no story, there's no characters, no follow through. It's just big action spectacle." Yeah. So DC have gone,
how about this?
How about a character piece about one of our villains?
Yeah.
And have a think about that. And it's a I swear the cinema screen was half full when I saw it last night, and there must have been about 8 kids in the row behind me. I say kids, teenagers. I think we're expecting Heath Ledger. Yeah. And they were bored. You could tell it wasn't the movie for them because they weren't. It wasn't. They got expecting.
Too intelligent for him, probably.
It's not a patch on any of our viewers, listeners, but no, I think they've been led to expect Joker and cinema, Marvel movies, big.
And probably see Batman or something.
Like that. Whereas this is something. This is a comic book character, and this is what you can do with him. Yeah.
Well, the movie should have been called Arthur rather than Joker because he's only the Joker the last 10 minutes, and I mean it's just
but it wouldn't put bums in seats.
Exactly, yeah. I think I don't know if it's a fact or someone said it again when it was other reviews is that like Todd Phillips wanted to do a character piece about exactly this storyline, and the only way he could get
people to watch it, to put sort of famous name to it. So he picked
Well, I've
the Joker.
heard that. I've heard it's a couple of critics that I've read reviews of now. They've said like it feels like this was a movie about that a man having a mental break.
Yeah.
But it's been reworked as a Joker movie because that's what's popular right now.
Yeah.
And I've maybe a couple more passes on the script and you wouldn't be able to see where the lines are, but it does in some places it feels like that. But it does work as a Joker piece.
Oh yeah, definitely works. Yeah. But and that's sort of going to like controversy and all this stuff. But when we started at the beginning saying there's lots of been controversy about like violence and it's going to spark people going to pick up guns and kill people.
Nah.
This is like that is not the point. If anything, the point of the movie is about mental illness and about people falling through the cracks.
Yeah.
And kind of real world situations that are going on right now where it's just like there isn't enough money for like in social stuff, so they cut funding and people don't get meds and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they lose their jobs.
Yeah, or lose their jobs and that kind of stuff, and they can't survive. It's about that, and it's about trying to sort of show the world that we need to try and be better at that. Not, he killed someone on TV, and there's like a mass mob outside, so that's going to let's reenact that part of it, because it's like it makes no sense.
The bits you see on TV and news, because I said if you said before the films focus solely on Arthur.
Yeah,
there's already tensions and God knows what else going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Gotham is on the breaking point, and this just sparks everything off.
Yes,
exactly. So it's just it's sort of I don't know what critics or people or whatever trying to prove.
Well, there'll always be people trying to put associate message to it, because obviously current political climate of the year, you've got capitalism versus communism going on in the States, and all this welfare, social welfare, and mental men's mental health issues are a big thing right now. You've got the NHS in the UK, and all. So you can anyone going into a film with that lens is going to see what they want to see coming out of it. But if you look at it in terms of the broader picture, they're just parts of the puzzle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Inspire. They're helping to inspire the picture rather than it being about that as a commentary. This is just literally about one man who has a bad day. In fact, a bad life.
Yeah, bad life. It's a bad life, man. It's like, literally, he's like when he says like she always says, "Oh, you're a happy boy. You're gonna bring happiness to the world." And he's like, before he kills her, he's like, "I haven't been happy one day in my life."
Yeah.
The fact that that was uncomfortable as well. When he just like
doesn't come off his face, does he?
He doesn't come off his face. I'm just we're watching it. Okay, we're watching all of this. He's not going to pad away. Nope.
No.
Okay, I'm just going to watch this happen.
Yeah.
And it's like another thing that was well uncomfortable with the film. It's just like, but it needed to happen to sort of show it.
I quite happily watch a few. Well, I want to see more films like this being made. Now that we're over the hump of Endgame in terms of superhero movies.
Yeah.
See some more character-driven pieces. I don't think Harley Quinn's going to be that, but we'll see.
No,
that's great. No,
I'd love to be something like this of the Riddler.
Yeah,
that would work really well.
I don't know. You could do something like this on Batman and have him be the villain of the piece as a man who's psychologically damaged enough to dress up in a suit and beat up criminals, as a lot of people tend to say. But that would need to be done really well. But I mean, again, that's Batman though, and he's been done.
I just remembered actually coming out of that film, there was one thing I wasn't happy about, and that was maybe the 2/3 of the movie. I felt sorry for him. And I never want to feel sorry for the Joker.
That is the thing.
It was quite unnerving.
I think they do a good job of just to wrap up of taking that mindset away in the last 10 minutes of the film. After he's gone, if he's decided this is what I'm going to do and this is the path I'm going to take, you don't feel sorry for him anymore.
No, not at all. But I do agree. Also, it was just like, he killed those guys for self-defense. And he did this, and it's like,
and the guy he kills his mum because she's horrible to him, and he kills the former co-worker because the guy's an arsehole.
And basically trying to frame him and also gave him the guns because he says like, "Oh, the cops have been coming around. I'm asking about you," and the sort of guys there spoke to me, and he's like, "Oh, well, it's because you don't know anything."
But the only people he kills up until the talk show are people that have wronged him.
Yeah.
So that's like you say, that's helping you to set up the character and feel how bad it is. Again, whether that's him retelling the story to himself in a psychiatrist's office to make himself feel like the victim, who can tell? But
I loved it if they ever did a sequel, which I don't want them to do. You do it from the actual perspective. It's like he was just sitting on that train, and the three guys had just got on, and he just walks up and shoots. But in his head, they were mocking him.
And his laugh is probably one of my favourites.
I was going to say at the end when he's in the white room, he laughs and then she goes, "What's so funny?" And he goes, "You wouldn't get a joke." It's the only time he laughs in context. Every other time, it's out of context, and that's what makes me feel that's real, and the rest of it is fake.
So it's down to personal interpretation. I think
which is why it works so well.
Why the film's going to work so well. Play also.
It gives you all of these things you put together what you want, and that's why it works for so many people.
Think he'll win any awards? Or do you think they'll stop it from winning awards because of its message?
No, I think
what the media is saying the message.
Yeah, I
is,
think the media will push an agenda against it, but it's gotten enough traction now that I think at least Joaquin Phoenix will be up for best. If he's not up for best actor on that,
something seriously,
because he was one of the best parts of the movie. His portrayal of the
yeah, because he was in the whole fucking thing.
He's like, if it wasn't as good as it was, it wouldn't have been as good film.
No,
cinematography might get a nod. Because of the way it looks and feels like a mid-70s movie.
Yeah,
French
it really
Connection.
does.
I think it was meant to be set in 81.
I think that's what it said.
Judging by the movie,
it looks a lot like French Connection the way they've shot it. I think even Todd Phillips said that's what he's going for. Some of the
I think that's how he sold it to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
This is what I want to make. Think of that, but with the Joker, and then that's what you get.
Yeah, and also I don't know if you were surprised, or I was a bit having actually the death of Martha and Thomas Wayne at the end. I did not see that coming. As soon as they panned to a cinema, I had Zorro in it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, by the time he's gone to the talk show, you've forgotten about the Waynes.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the lights go off and it pans past the cinema with Zorro on, like I was laughing at that point because I was like, I know what's coming next.
Yeah, I was just like,
and there was people next to me going, what the fuck is?
I was just like, oh shit, and then it happens, and I was like, oh no. So round it off. Great film. Go and watch it. Ignore what people, the media are saying.
Yeah, by all means, I would highly recommend you see it and make your own mind up. Yes. And if you have managed to avoid all the media nonsense about this film,
well, we just spoiled the crap out of it now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, the point stands. If you go into it with no expectations or at least little in the way of thinking, it's going to work better for you than going in going.
If you're going in 100% going right, I know everything about the Joker from the comics. I'm expecting to see that. You're not going to like it. Yeah. But this is like another thing.
To finish up, I think it's going to be divisive. I think I've yet to read most of the reviews that come out or see other reviews from other reactors online, but I think it's going to be it's going to be a love it or hate it. It's a Marmite movie. It's definitely going to be.
Yeah, it depends what you want to take out of the movie, I guess. Yeah. Also, I'm going to have to see it again. So, guys, that was the review of the Joker. Love to know what you think of the film. If you want to comment below, give us your thoughts on it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you have changed? Is it real? Where do you think the dream parts actually come up? Did you even think about doing that bit? Love to know your thoughts, guys. Love to have a conversation with you down in the comments below, and also on our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. If you come along and have a discussion about the Joker on there, that'd be great. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about us, and also we do reactions for all the other CW TV shows and Titans at the moment. And if you want to come and sign up to Patreon for our full reactions, you can come along to that as well. Links in the description below. And we'll see you again for another amazing review. Another joke.
But you wouldn't get it.
No, exactly. So see you guys next time.